Hello and welcome to HT's weekly talk show, The Interview, and our special segment, Life and Times with HT. Mumbai bombings, 1993. Mumbai terror attack, 2008. Gulshan Kumar murder, 1997. And Union Minister Pramod Mahajan being gunned down, 2006. Each case bone-chilling and terrifying. From creating quote-unquote my terror in the minds of the people in his hometown Jalgaon in Maharashtra to staying in a hotel for 20 long years during the Mumbai blast case to being a khasdar, a member of parliament, this is a real-life story of public prosecutor turned MP Ujjwal Nikam. Most of his cases were success stories, but yes, there were tense moments, a will he, won't he kind of a situation. We take you through all those with none other than the man himself, Ujjwal Nikam, in this edition of The Interview in our special segment, Life and Times with HT. Ujjwal Nikam here with us, reliving the drama of his life and times here today. Welcome to the show, Mr. Ujjwal Nikam, and thank you for being here with us. And congratulations on your recent nomination as a member of the Rajya Sabha.
Thank you very much, Kumkumji.
Let me take you back to your days in Jalgaon,
Yes.
where you vowed to create what you call my terror in the minds of the people.
I was practicing initially on the cooperative side. Then I joined the public prosecutor. I became the district government pleader public prosecutor of Jalgaon. For 28 years, I was practicing in Jalgaon. You see, turning to your question now, when I was arguing one matter, that is a bail application, the judge granted bail to one municipal councillor who had killed one innocent boy in a broad daylight. The judge granted bail. I was shocked. And that municipal councillor had some thick local political relations. So immediately I preferred application for cancellation of his bail in the High Court. And I succeeded in that application. His bail was cancelled. So I thought that now I should start the practice on the criminal side so that I can create terror of my name in the mind of criminals. And I feel to greater extent I have maintained this image. That is the reason as to why now in Maharashtra, anywhere, any serious atrocity is being committed by any criminal, the victim family demands my appointment to the government as a special public prosecutor. So in a one way, I can say in a lighter vein, I'm always an antibiotic of the state government. Because whenever the public at large express their anger about the crime, then immediately Chief Minister announced my appointment so that he satisfies the wishes of the public.
I'm told that processions have been taken out and people have come to the streets demanding in several cases that you should be the public prosecutor.
Yes, that is the faith of a common man in me.
But how did you become so popular that people were demanding, going onto the streets and demanding that Ujjwal Nikam should be the public prosecutor?
You have to work very sincerely, honestly, and fearlessly. That is the most important thing. Firstly, you see, the normally common man that is a witness is very nervous, panic, whether to speak against the criminal in his presence or not. So my main duty is to encourage him to tell the truth and to guide him morally. Look, nothing is going to happen. So they won't do anything to you. And besides that, I am here. That much assurance I had to give the witness.
And from Jalgaon, coming to Mumbai, 360-degree turn. And how did you adjust from, if you will allow me to use the word, a small-time lawyer to grabbing headlines?
भगवान की कृपा है, मैं तो कहूँगा. I never expected that I will be called by Mumbai police and I will get an opportunity to conduct serial Bombay bomb loss case of 93. Frankly speaking, I was in dilemma.
Why?
I was in dilemma. Mumbai police is calling me. Mumbai is totally foreign to me. And why I am being called in that case? Why not others? That was a moot question to me. When I told this fact to my mother was really scared. She said, no, don't go. The bomb blast accused, they will kill you. Where you stay? You don't have house there. Then I gave assurance to the mother and I went to Mumbai. I had some interaction with Mumbai police. Mumbai police reputation was like a Scotland Yard. And when our police inspector saw me, thin person coming from a Mufuzil area.
ये क्या करेगा?
ये क्या करेगा? क्या सिखाएगा? Underestimating me. So, during the first interaction, they realized that Mr. Nikam is capable to conduct the case.
How and why do you think the government zeroed in on you? One reason was that they did not want anyone from Mumbai. But why you? You were actually virtually unknown.
I was totally unknown. In fact, I asked them, why you have chosen me? Then they said, Mr. Nikam, many people have question about the wisdom to appoint you. But now you have satisfied us.
But were you nervous? Were you unsure कि मैं जीतूंगा नहीं जीतूंगा? मैंने केस तो ले लिया है, मेरे को इन्होंने zero in कर दिया है. But what is the road ahead? Were you nervous? Were you scared like your mother was for your life?
No, I never scared because I born on Hanuman Jayanti, let me tell you. And secondly, my mother, who was a freedom fighter, and she was telling us the story how she fought against the British and how she was supporting these Krantikarak freedom fighters. And she was telling us all these stories, history. So that confidence was with me.
And yet she was scared for you as a mother.
She was scared naturally. It's a natural love and affection towards the son.
Before we come to your cases, and there is a long list, let me quickly ask you, why and how politics and why BJP?
Frankly speaking, till 2024, many political parties, it is not only BJP, but many political parties approached to me.
Including Sharad Pawar?
Yes, he has declared my name also in the last election. I said, no, I don't want to enter into politics. But in 2024, our Chief Minister, Mr. Devendraji Fadnavis, Union Home Minister Amit Ji, they phoned me, they called me and insisting me I should contest the election. Then I thought that, all right, I will contest. Frankly speaking, I heard the speeches of Mr. Modi ji right from very number of years, and I've been influenced by his speeches. He is the person who has some patriotic feelings, and he can use the feeling in the others' minds also. That is the reason as to why I joined the BJP party.
Apparently, Mr. Modi personally called you after your nomination to the Rajya Sabha. When did your association with him begin?
Only once he met me in the rally 2024 और उन्होंने मेरे कंधे पर हाथ रख के कहा था, आपको जीत कर आना है. Like, yes, sir, I will come. But unfortunately, I lost election by
16,000.
16,000
Yeah.
by a slow margin. There, I had no personal interaction with him. That was my first meeting with him. And second interaction only when he phoned me, he called me that time.
And spoke to you and said, should I speak in Marathi or Hindi?
Yes, he said that. And he fluently talked in Marathi also.
So, after your nomination, would you now call yourself a politician in the making, or would you still say, I am a hardcore lawyer?
See, people are recognizing me, common man is recognizing me as their lawyer. They won't like to give me label as a politician.
So, that's a dilemma. What will you do?
Frankly speaking, I also don't like. It's a mixed reaction is in my mind. My nature is to tell very frankly, outspokenly, bluntly, and I'm sure that my political career will not come in this way of approaching.
So, you will not let the politician overtake you.
No, it means that you are alleging against the politician.
But you can answer it in a different way.
We people sitting outside, we are criticizing the politician, but no. Politicians are really spending their huge time for the betterment of the public at large.
अभी तो आपको हफ्ता भी नहीं हुआ है और
मैं
आप
देख रहा हूँ।
पॉलिटिकल लैंग्वेज बोल रहे
नहीं,
हैं।
मैं देख रहा हूँ. The politician has to attend marriage, birth ceremony and all types of ceremony they have to attend.
अब आपको भी यही करना पड़ेगा।
नहीं देखो, इतना तो मैं नहीं करूंगा उतना जैसा, पर जहाँ जरूरी है वहां जाऊंगा.
Coming to your cases are your life. So let me begin with the Pramod Mahajan case.
Yes.
What were the twists and turns?
It's an unfortunate day when his own brother had killed him. After that, when the charge sheet was filed, Mr. Munde, Gopinathji Munde had called me and he told me that, Mr. Ujjwal, you have to conduct this case. Of course, I said yes, because Mr. Gopinathji fought for me on the Sanjay Dutt's issue. So I said yes.
Tell me about that.
See, we had some difference of opinion with Mr. Balasaheb Thackeray on account of the Sanjay Dutt. And Mr. Gopinathji intervened at that time. And he backed me. He said that, Ujjwal, your view in this matter is absolutely correct. So you proceed. And accordingly, and he told Mr. Balasaheb Thackeray ji also accordingly. So
That I'm going to discuss later, but we'll talk about Pramod Mahajan at the moment.
I have examined Mr. Pramodji's wife also, then other witnesses. Praveen was convicted for life imprisonment.
What were the roadblocks and the tough moments while you were fighting this case? What were the twists and turns?
There were no twists and turns.
Was it an easy case?
It's not an easy case, let me tell you. It was a case of circumstantial evidence. But we have the chain of the circumstances connecting the accused with the crime.
Why do you think Praveen Mahajan killed his brother?
What I found that Praveen Mahajan was a very short-tempered guy. And Pramodji overlooked him, did not pay attention to him. That must be one of the reasons. We don't have any such type of evidence to say anything actually what was dwelling in the mind of Praveen at that time.
Coming to another case, Gulshan Kumar murder case. Shah Rukh Khan and Salman Khan apparently met you. What transpired in that meeting?
They met me means their names were cited as witnesses. And therefore police had called them.
How was it to cross-examine celebrities like Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan और उनको कटघरे में खड़ा कर कर पूछना कैसा अनुभव होता है?
नहीं, मैंने उनको कटघरे पे खड़ा नहीं किया. I called them in my hotel. After interrogating them in my hotel, I found that they were not knowing exactly about the criminal conspiracy which was hatched.
Were they nervous when they came to you?
Naturally.
And did you create terror in their minds?
That I don't know.
आपने उनको चाय पिलाई थी?
चाय नहीं पिलाई मैंने उनको. चाय पिलाने का वहाँ उस वक्त भी नहीं था मुझे. But because I was busy in reading the statement and all these things, some of these matinee idols have their own ego, some ado.
I was just coming to that. So tell me, dealing with Salman Khan and dealing with Shah Rukh Khan, just take me through that.
See,
आपने कोर्ट
it's
में उनको
not-
कटघरे
it's
में
not-
नहीं खड़ा किया, पर
it's
कमरे में तो
not-
किया.
थोड़े पहले तो ये हवे में रहते ही है. In fact, their contention that we will meet in the 5-star hotel. But यार हम कहाँ 5-star में आएंगे भाई तू? Then I told them, no, you have to come in my hotel. Then his secretary told me कि उनकी गाड़ी नहीं आ सकती साहब, आप जिस होटल में रहते हैं. It's a small hotel, no? मतलब अच्छा नहीं आ सकती, मेरी भी गाड़ी तुम्हारे वो 5-star के होटल में नहीं जा सकती. So he came. Ultimately, see, I told them, look, I'm not going to examine you, but here our judge was waiting for them. Huge crowd was assembled in the court hall and outside the court. Everybody was carrying impression. ये बॉलीवुड के नट आने वाले हैं, चित्र वाला है. तो ऐसा तो हुआ था.
What was Nadeem's role and the role of the underworld back in those days?
See, some time back, the matinee idol, the whole Bollywood, used to take a pride in having relation with these भाई people. कोई भी भाई फोन करता था दुबई से, immediately हम बॉलीवुड के बड़े एक्टर एक्ट्रेस चले जाते इस शो के लिए. So that was a terror in the mind of the Bollywood. And we removed that terror. Our Mumbai police have removed that terror. And that is the reason as to how this nexus between these people that been cut down. My reading is these people used to take a pride having relationship with these people. This is a fact during early days in Mumbai.
And what was Nadeem's role?
According to the prosecution, Nadeem hatched criminal conspiracy.
Because he was angry with Gulshan Kumar.
Yes, because she was asking for Alka Yadnik and Gulshan Kumar was Anuradha Paudal.
And now the big one, the 1993 Mumbai blast case. How tough was it? And take me through your interactions with Sanjay Dutt.
Yes, Mumbai city was rocked by series of powerful bomb blasts on 12th March 93. It is for the first time in the history of our country that 12 bomb blasts had occurred at 12 places. The criminal conspiracy was hatched in Dubai before the 12 March. Dawood Ibrahim had presided that meeting and 9 to 10 persons went to Islamabad. From Islamabad, at a distance of about 35 kilometers, there is a Pakistan ordnance factory known as a Waha Cantonment, where the RDX, we got the documents also to substantiate our contention. And these 9 to 10 persons, they were trained. When these 9 to 10 persons came back to Dubai, and from Dubai, they landed Mumbai, and after explosion, they were arrested. Ultimately, this trial was conducted in Orchard Road prison for 12 to 13 years. And when the last accused, out of 123, 100 accused have been sentenced, Yaqub Memon was sentenced to death. My first reaction to the media that I am happy that today I am out of jail. Because you see, I was in the Orchard Road, I was attending the Orchard Road jail, used to attend at 9:30, used to go and come back at 6:30 p.m. This was continuously on day-to-day basis.
How many years?
13 years, no? And immediately this Kasab matter happened. So again at 14 years.
Were there moments, and there must have been, where you felt during the Mumbai blast cases that you have reached a dead end and there is no light at the end of the tunnel? Or was it always a smooth ride?
No, there were up and downs.
What was the weakest link in that case?
I don't say that there was any weak link case, but this case has some glamour because of also when the matinee idol was facing the trial.
I was going to come to your interactions with Sanjay Dutt. How did it work?
Sanjay was not understanding the gravity of possession of unauthorized weapon. I don't want to condemn him, but At the same time, I must say that before 12th March, one tempo had come at his residence and it was having the AK-46 rifle, then hand grenades, ultimately returned one and returned others. He was a little bit crazy for the weapons. Ultimately, we found one only spring. He asked his friend to melt that weapon. Accordingly, his friend melted that weapon. And ultimately, we could recover only one spring of AK. Secondly, he also gave the confession, saying that yes, I possess AK-47 rifle for right of my private defense to under the provisions of Terrorist and Disruptivity Act that were applicable to him. So ultimately, he was convicted.
But you know, he was not convicted under Tada. And his father, and I know that, moved mountains to ensure कि टाडा हट जाए और आर्म्स एक्ट में वो convict हो जाए या charge हो जाए. And that is exactly what happened.
Let me tell you very clearly, central agency has done some categories according to the role of the accused. So, the name of this person was fitted in the other category, which was only of having the weapons unauthorized illegally. So, therefore, the Tada Act was not applicable to him, number one. Number two, according to the central agency, there was no evidence to show that he possessed this AK-47 rifle for committing any terrorist act. But of course, he was convicted under the Arms Act. His past incident was showing that he also acquired one pistol, unlicensed pistol, from one Qayyum, very close associate of Dawood Ibrahim. Therefore, he was convicted 5 to 7 years.
Do you think it was the celebrity status, his father's influence, Bal Thakere's involvement, which helped him? And did you feel कि वो आसानी से निकल गया?
See, now it is of no use to make any comment.
How much of political pressure was there?
See, naturally, you see, there's no, I don't want to suppress anything. Naturally, he being a son of the big matinee idol, also he himself was a matinee idol. And secondly, he had a thick relation with the ruling party during those days. Naturally, any person can try to put. But the most important your question is that whether you was pressurized or not. And let me tell you very frankly, I was never pressurized except Balasaheb ji had some soft corner for him. Naturally, he pleaded for him openly also. And also told me also that he's an innocent boy. But I said sorry.
What was your reaction to his conviction? Because when the judgment came, Sanjay Dutt apparently broke down in court.
सच बोलूं तो witness box तो नजदीकी था. The court has sentenced him 7 years. He was shocked. He was terribly upset. And he was shivering also in the witness box. मैं नजदीकी था तो मैं देखता रहा कि he is losing his balance. तो मैंने उसको थोड़ा कूल डाउन किया. अगर आपका ये सवाल होगा कि कूल डाउन क्यों किया मैंने, तो उसके भी वजह बता देता हूं.
होने वाला था, पर अब आप बता ही दीजिए.
तो अगर मैं कूल डाउन नहीं करता, अगर वो गिर जाता, तो फिर सबके नजर से मैं ये बन जाता था, विलन बन जाता था और वो हीरो बनता था. You see, during that time, many people have lot of sympathy for him, Baba, and even the Bollywood has started the campaign. Baba, you are innocent, we are with you. Mahesh Bhatt had called me immediately next day, Mr. Nigam, why you are against Bollywood? But I am not against the Bollywood. But the campaign जिस तरह से आप चला रहे, उसका मतलब लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि Sanjay has been wrongly convicted. I am not against him. He met me several times. Recently he met me. He told me कि साहब आप politics में क्यों आ गए बोले. Really?
Did you feel sorry for him? जब उसको conviction हो गया, खैर आपने legally तो you won the case, पर आपको बुरा लगा?
नहीं, बुरा लगा. देखो, एक I am a human being. मुझे लगा ऐसा कि अगर ये अच्छा रहता था, if he had realized the mistake, this would not have happened.
Before we go on to Ajmal Kasab, you mentioned Abu Salim, who you called Abya normally. And tell me, he wrote to you from jail.
When I saw that Abu Salim's past history, his father was a lawyer in Uttar Pradesh. He was coming from a good family, but he deviated, he was attracted with this gundasm, and then he has created his terror. He used to call threatening calls to the Bollywood people. Bollywood people used to immediately rush to Dubai. I told Abu Salim, look, I am going to convict you. Then I asked him how you married, how this your film actress married with you, whether she doesn't realize what is your life. This type of informal talking I used to talk with.
चिट्ठी क्यों लिखी उन्होंने आपको और क्या लिखी?
वाकई पे आता हूं ना. I'm giving the flashback. This was going on continuously for about 2 to 3 years. When matter came for the final arguments, I told the judge, sir, he's the merchant of death, Abu Salim. He has committed heinous crime. Past also he has committed heinous crime. So to commit a murder is his hobby. He understands English. He felt very bad. कि ये निगम साहब तो अपने से रोज अच्छी बातचीत करते, मोनिका बेदी की बात निकालते हैं और आज मुझे मृत्यु का व्यापारी कहते हैं. गुस्सा आ गया उसको. से वीक पॉइंट ये क्रिमिनल का ये रहता है कि गुस्सा उनको जल्दी आता है. मैंने देखा तो उसका चेहरा तो गोरा तो है ही, वो लाल हो गया था और गुस्से से देख रहा था मुझे. After completing the argument, I went to him and I asked him कि look अबू अबया, मेरी दलील तुझे कैसे लगी? He did not reply. But after 1 year, I became sick. His close friend brought one letter to me. I laminated that letter. और उसमें लिखा है कि निगम साहब आप न्याय प्रिय बहुत है, तारीफ बहुत की है.
तो शुरू में ये सब लिखा, फिर आखिर में क्या लिखा?
और बीच में एक लिख दिया था उसने जो सेंटेंस में ना था, मेरे लिए कुछ काम होगा तो सर पर डालना.
You said every criminal or most criminals में एक कुछ अच्छा
रहता है,
पॉइंट होता है. अजमल कसब में क्या अच्छा पॉइंट था?
Ajmal Kasab, to be very frank, he was totally brainwashed. His religious feelings were aroused. They were motivated. And they came like a machine. They wanted to kill, indiscriminate killing. He used to call me Bacha.
But you know, Kasab first pleaded not guilty, then pleaded guilty, and so on and so forth. So, did the police torture him to change his statement? What was it all about?
The trial was conducted in Orthod Road. The court was jam-packed. It was an open trial. The moment I about to open my case, Kasab also rises up. And Kasab requested judge, sir, you can't try me. Sir, I am juvenile. And according to your law, trial cannot be conducted against the juvenile boy.
But the judge said, we'll try you as an adult. And then you said that there should be investigation into this.
Yes, that is correct.
And why did you ask for investigation?
You see, according to the Juvenile Justice Act, if accused makes an allegation that he is a juvenile, the court has to make an inquiry.
But the judge said, we'll try you as an adult.
We have to assist the court in the administration of justice. Public prosecutor is not meant for securing the conviction. But he has to see that justice is to be given to the accused also. Justice is given to the victims also. And he is from Pakistan, so we are not getting his age certificate or birth certificate as such. So ultimately we relied upon the doctor's evidence. Doctor opined that he is a major boy. So that problem is solved. So court asked him, are you pleading guilty? He said, no, I am not pleading guilty. When I had examined 168 witnesses in the court, again Kasab got up. And he said, sir, I would like to confess the crime. The judge recorded for 2 days. He gave his confession. Judge asked him whether you are tortured to give such type of confession. He said no.
But did the police actually torture him?
Kasab said, I was not tortured at all. I was not ill-treated. I was not beaten by anyone. I am giving this confession willingly and voluntarily. Police had never tortured him. The court immediately asked me, Mr. Nikam, are you accepting his plea of guilt? I said, no, I'm not accepting his guilt. There was a divergent reaction कि why Mr. Nikam did not accept his confession. This is dwelling in your mind also. कुमकुम जी, आपके जहन में सवाल आया था कि भाई निकम ने क्यों नहीं एक्सेप्ट कर लिया?
Exactly.
अगर हम ऐसा करते, अगर होता था, तो क्या पाकिस्तान एक्सेप्ट कर लेता था? Realize what was the potential danger. So immediately I told the judge, no, I'm not accepting now. कसब ने क्या बोला था? साहब मुझे बॉलीवुड पिक्चर देखने का शौक है, इसलिए मैं मेरा दोस्त अबू इस्माइल उसके साथ आया, और अबू इस्माइल के साथ आने के बाद मैं सीएसटी स्टेशन पे आया. अबू इस्माइल ने फायरिंग की, मैंने कुछ फायरिंग नहीं की. जो एक पुलिस की गाड़ी आई जिसमें जिन्होंने शहादत दी, हमारे बड़े पुलिस ऑफिसर, वो उनके गोली से मरे. Whether he had taken the stand that he also opened the fire? No. Whether he had taken the stand in pursuit of the criminal conspiracy he had come to Mumbai? No. अगर मैं एक्सेप्ट कर लेता था, क्या मैं फांसी की सजा मांग सकता था? फांसी की सजा किसको मिलती है? कि जिसका मेजर रोल क्राइम में रहता है. Who has played a major pivotal role in the crime. He has taken his position as a second in command.
So his pleading guilty was kind of an escape route.
Escape route for getting a lesser sentence.
Lesser sentence, right.
The court would not have awarded death penalty. This is number one. Secondly, I would not have been in a position to drag roll up Pakistan. I wouldn't be in a position to allege that it is the Lashkar-e-Toiba, they are the behind it. So, by implicating, by not accepting his plea of guilt, we marshal further evidence. And then the court awarded the death penalty.
कसाब के बारे में आपने कहा नाटक करता है और ढोंगी है. टेल मी अबाउट दैट.
जब कसाब ने ये स्टैंड दिया कि साहब मैं गुनाह कबूल करता हूं, गुनाह न कबूल करता हूं, मैं नाबालिग हूं, तो कोर्ट के सामने मैंने अल-कायदा का मैनुअल दिखा दिया. आई पॉइंटेड आउट कि अल-कायदा पीपल, देयर मास्टर हैव गाइडेड दिस टाइप ऑफ टेररिस्ट, कि what precaution to be taken when the police arrest him, when they are produced in the court of law. एक दफे कोर्ट में क्या हुआ, कोर्ट के सामने आया, उसने कोर्ट जज को, साहब को एक पुड़ी दे दी, और कोर्ट को कहा उसने कि साहब मुझे पुलिस ने पॉइजन दिया है. बिग हल्ला गुल्ला इन द कोर्ट हॉल. द जज ओपन, इट वाज अ व्हाइट पाउडर. मीडिया इमीडिएटली कैरिड द न्यूज कि Kasab had alleged he is being poisoned by the police. That is what the news flashed in the newspaper. Then I told the judge asked me, Mr. Nikam, what is this? He is producing. Sir, if he is producing, we'll send it to for chemical examination. Your Honor may pass an order. Accordingly, court passed the order. The powder was sent to the chemical examiners, and they gave their opinion. After 2 days, it was a rice powder. उसको राइस जो खाने को दिया था उसमें तो बचा था, और फिर बाद में चुपचाप रात के टाइम में वो पाउडर करके उसने वो लिखा था. He so shrewd and शैतान था.
So this was the natak.
This was his natak, all drama.
Why did he call you बादशाह?
मैंने कभी पूछा नहीं. मुझे अच्छा लगता था कि भाई एक गुंडा अपने को बादशाह कहता है.
Coming to the well-known biryani story, which you concocted, if I can use the word, how fair and correct was it to peddle lies?
Don't allege that I concocted the
Okay,
story.
all right.
See,
I was trying to provoke you, actually.
I know you are a smart reporter journalist. Let me tell you very frankly, from 1993 to 2013, weekly day I used to go my native place Jalgaon. Friday I used to catch train, and Monday morning from Sunday night I used to catch train from Jalgaon, and I used to come attend Monday.
You did this for 20 years.
Yes, 93.
For 20 long years. You stayed in a
Yes,
hotel.
In a hotel. वहां तो खाना ही नहीं बनता था. वो आटा लेके आती थी मेरी मिसेस, क्योंकि मैदा की रोटी वहां बनाते थे, बाहर से आते थे होटल से. छोटा स्मॉल टाइप होटल
जहाँ पे शाहरुख खान की गाड़ी नहीं जा सकती थी.
तो मैं जब मंडे में आया था तो राखी बांधी हुई थी मेरे हाथ में. तो कसाब ने पूछा मुझे कि बादशाह ये क्या है. सो आई टोल्ड हिम कि लुक, अरे आप भी तो आए थे. Lucky when they came to Mumbai, all these 10 terrorists were having the red thread which was surrounded in the wrist, and they were having the identity card of Hindus. Just think, this what is the idea? अगर वो एप्रीहेंड भी हो जाते थे, पकड़ भी जाते थे, तो कौन पकड़े गए? ये हिंदू टेररिस्ट ने किया है, एंड नॉट बाय मुस्लिम और बाय पाकिस्तानी. इट्स माय हैबिट टू एंटिसिपेट in advance कि what is going to be, how the people are being looking at particular progress in the court. तो मुझे बताया लोगों ने एक बाहर एक इमोशनल वेव क्रिएट की है
फॉर कसाब, इन फेवर ऑफ
इन
कसाब.
फेवर ऑफ कसाब. तो अच्छा, तो मैं गया, पोडियम रखा था, 20-15-25 आपके उस टाइम के बूम लगे हुए थे. मीडिया वाज आस्किंग, मिस्टर निगम, डोंट यू थिंक दैट इज द फेलियर ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट, यू कुड नॉट एप्रीहेंड द रियल कल्प्रिट्स, कसाब इज स्केपगोट. मैंने कहा कसाब ने आज मटन बिरयानी की मांग की. इमीडिएटली दैट वाज अगेन ब्रेकिंग न्यूज, कसाब हैज डिमांडेड मटन बिरयानी. फिर डिस्कशन शुरू हो गया आपका, देखो कितना खुकार आतंकवादी है, इतने लोगों की जाने लेने के बाद भी मटन बिरयानी मांगा, कुछ शर्म आती है या नहीं उसको. इस तरह से शुरू हो गया. दूसरे दिन कोर्ट में ये सवाल खड़ा किया जज आस्क्ड मी, मतलब सर कसाब केम फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान, नॉनवेज खाना तो इसकी फितरत में है. He always liked non-veg because he daily takes the non-veg food in Pakistan. लेकिन आप पूछ लीजिए इसके मटन बिरयानी किसने मांगी थी क्या नहीं. जज ने पूछा उसको, क्यों कसाब, तुमने निगम साहब के पास मटन बिरयानी की मांग की थी? कसाब को लगा कि मैं हाँ बोलूं या नहीं बोलूं. कसाब ने मुंडी नीचे कर दी. कसाब डिड नॉट रिप्लाई. अब सिर्फ कसाब को मालूम है और मुझे मालूम है कि उसने मटन बिरयानी की मांग की. और हमारी हिंदू संस्कृति थी, ये कहती है कि अगर कोई मर जाता है, चला जाता है, तो उसके बारे में कुछ कहते नहीं है बुरा. इसके लिए मैं कुछ नहीं कहूंगा.
At another level, you must have received threats because you've taken on so many people, so many criminals. How did you handle them?
It's a professional hazard. I don't want to make the capital of such things. This is going to happen when you are dealing with such a dreaded criminal.
But when these threatening calls come, especially to your family, how do you handle it? And sometimes do you say, I wish I was not in this, at least for the sake of my family?
No. See, I'm very determined person to my goal. I was in the Z Plus security during those days continuously for 25 years. Now I'm in the Z security also, today also. So police have given me well protection. And if I would have scared about such threats, then I would not be in a position to do my work.
At another level, what are those moments in life that are best forgotten and those that you treasure? एक तो राज्यसभा nomination you must be treasuring.
अच्छा बात तो बहुत है मेरे पास. जहां भी जाता हूं वहां लोग मुझे पहचानते.
And what are the moments best forgotten? The low points in life.
लो पॉइंट्स में मैंने कभी ऐसा टच नहीं किया, बिकॉज इट इज द डेस्टिनी. Whatever you get in destiny. I never thought that I will be nominated after losing the parliamentary election.
But when you lost the election, did you feel bad?
Frankly speaking, no.
Why?
There are many reasons, but I didn't feel bad. Okay, fine. People have not voted.
But you know, when you say people love you, they recognize you, you're a familiar name, all that is fine. Why did you lose the election?
See, in our constituency, frankly speaking, Muslim community is dominating community. And a wrong propaganda was made against me that I'm against them. Some miscreants has created that propaganda. And that constituency, I was totally new for that constituency.
In a lighter vein, are you allergic to money? You opted for being a public prosecutor versus a defense lawyer. And you wanted to be a judge instead of a lawyer.
सही में कहूँ तो I'm not allergic to money as such. But right from the beginning, I decided to make my name in such a manner that people will love you. मनी क्या, मनी किसको भी मिलता है, मनी क्या क्वेश्चन नहीं है. जो इज्जत जो शोहरत रहती है वो बहुत कम लोगों को मिलती है.
Mr. Ujjwal Nikam, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. And thank you for this wonderful conversation and taking us down memory lane and reopening some of the cases which have always created a stir.
Thank you very much.